Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a union read for you today. I'm going to get right into it. It is Sunday, February 10th, 2019. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and the day adds up to 24. 6, which is the Queen of Wands. So it's, the Wheel of Fortune is a turn for the better. It is staying in high vibration. The Queen of Wands is passionate and loving and creative and very physical. Could be very athletic, as well as just likes to be busy all the time. So it could be some of that energy coming up. When I woke up this morning, I definitely had some beautiful energy this morning. Waking up, it was all about being inspired to whatever creative projects you're doing right now. And it may be like a fresh perspective on things today. Definitely felt like a new awakening today. And the sun is out today. Beautiful day. It's not too cold outside. And the energy's good. It's really good, actually. And I was inspired to connect with my kids this morning too. Just really feeling grateful for my children, how beautiful they are. And it was just 1:11 when I said grateful. So being grateful is something that was very important to come up today. So, getting into the read today for the Union read. The main deck, as usual, is the Sirian Starseed deck, and the only major arcana, and it was done at 10:29 this morning. The major arcana were Reason and Abundance, which is in the traditional deck, the Emperor, and the Empress. There were 2 swords, 3 cups, 2 pentacles, 2 wands. The court cards were Page of Wands and Knight of Wands. And the card underneath the underlying energy that I do use in the read was the Queen of Wands. So the Queen, Knight, and Page of Wands. So very much the energy of like a mother and her children. Like I said, I was connecting with my kids this morning. So something like that. But it doesn't have to be, and it can be just messages as well, and offers. I could be running around too, busy today, doing something fun on the weekend when you have a day off. The coding was all about your individuality, about being authentic to yourself. To not follow the crowd. So even if you resonate with the Twin Flame community, it doesn't mean you have to be like every other Twin Flame. You're to be your individual self, your authenticity. So it's all about individuality today. Sage, tea, and vitamin C was coming up again today. So sage, whether it's just being wise or using sage to clear or whatever you use to clear, that was coming up, as well as tea being good to give power, as well as vitamin C. To stay in your high vibration as usual, stay at 0 point, and see the keys to your own satisfaction. And 56 came up, which is the 2 of Swords, which is staying in your knowing, being you. The numbers that came up were 10, 9, and 6, which is 25, which is the Knight of Wands, and then 88, 99, 10, 10 came up, as well as 56, and 23, 22. So getting into the read, the underlying energy, let's see here, was the 10 of Swords, but we're getting out of that energy, okay? So gifts from God everywhere being seen today so that you can feel grateful. Showing gratitude today because it's Sun Day. For the sun, for energy, light, heat, and shine. It takes away your burdens naturally and helps to crack codes and helps you with your creative work. Okay, and that's very much the energy of today. The worst is over as the Queen of Wands plans to leave. Taught all her lessons, teacher of self-orientation, enlightenment of the Empress, awake to the beauty around her, her children, Mother Nature, her mother, and Mother Nature. Expressing feelings passionately with new passion and new growth, a roll of the die, and poof, it's manifested. So you might be noticing instant manifestation. Hanging a shingle in the countryside potentially for someone, but at the moment the masculine's hands are tied, The Knight of Cups offering love, the Queen of Pentacles releasing stuck emotions this morning to gain clarity about division, could be division of properties as well, docking the boat or visiting the dock, or clearing the dock, clearing house and yard in spring cleaning to help to get to the truth and start with a clean slate. So definitely you're feeling the touches of spring here, and it's coming out like spring house cleaning, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel brand new. Retreat came up as the underlying energy, and separation was beneath that. So it's definitely time to, to get away and have some fun. Burning the past for new growth. Grieving the loss, but having gratitude for what you have and what you've gained. Romance with twin flame, with a good grip on hitting the nail on the head, releasing the suction, creating a vacuum. Sometimes you have to force the one you love to spit it out for their own good. Just like if something's stuck in your throat, you have to hit them to get it out. Eye teeth and snout were coming up, as well as Pleiadian lineage out. Okay, and I know that pigs are related to Pleiadians, so maybe because the boar was coming up in the cards today. So love and compassion is what it's about. Being there for each other, but rescuing self. Palm Beach, Florida also came up for wrestling, the boar on the beach. He had it planned the whole time. Her ruby glass slipper matches his bow tie. Wizard of Oz and Cinderella. Also, the underlying energy signs were Pisces, Taurus, Aries, Capricorn, Leo, and possibly a little Sag there. Capricorn was definitely upright and Taurus, but the other ones could be neutral either way. Okay, that's just the underlying energy. Follow the Yellow Brick Road came up this morning, and last night actually that one came up as well. And then leadership and self-love were the underlying energies. Leadership is 81, which actually in the Divine Triangle in numerology is considered the end of the cycle. Okay, the 80 after your 81st year, it's basically you're released from the cycle, and then you can decide if you want to stay or go. And then self-love was beneath leadership, and that's 61, which is the risk card. It's all about taking risk. Self-love. Take the risk to love yourself first. Breakthrough for blue eyes and seeing the truth out of third-party and antisocial behavior and separation and heartbreak and his overindulgences. The holy grail of chalets and chalices and stained glass windows and possibly a chef. Where's the door? It's way too expensive. How do I get out of this mess? Okay, and I was definitely getting that more so from the masculine than the feminine, but it could be both depending on your situation if you're still in a karmic relationship. Must stop a party and or overindulgences that cost too much money. They get to have fun, and he ends up paying for it, struggling for air on the inside while smiling in a cheers on the outside to make everyone else happy. But after the drinking and visiting wineries, a barrel of monkeys, a mess that now you must clean up. Feet are caught in the spokes, spinning the wheel again, but it just won't go this time, needing to find balance. Okay, and regain your balance again. Finding clarity and balance, equitable distribution by ending it now and following new passion to disconnect and rescue himself or herself. Recently, finding the balance and sovereignty, holding back passions and ending family cycle, and finding satisfaction alone. The foundation is the Emperor and reason, looking back at opportunity of the devil, or was that just him? So the masculine saying, was there some kind of dark energies, or was that just me and my dark energies, or my own fears, my own inner demons? Just wanting to learn about obligation, maybe. Being chained to something that you can't get out of. Extending a false hand or no longer needing a false limb, and transmuting dark energies. Inauthentic to him. So centrally, that was all about the page, the masked boy. So the page of Wands in the Syrian starseed is a very tribal masked boy with a flame inside. Could be a girl too, you don't know because there's a mask on, okay? But the masked boy can't see his own mask due to all the chaos around him right now. The message of love between parents and children, helping to bring them all out of isolation without option. To see what's great, to see what a great family you have, passionately creative and doing their thing. So really appreciating your kids, you know, and for your kids, your parents. Helping each other to remove the masks and release your inner fire, inspired by your own children or other people's children. The challenge being getting your wish, complete satisfaction, all cups aligned, just in time. So we'll have to see about this. The signs that came up in the read, all 12 signs are represented here. I have Virgo reversed, Pisces upright. A lot of times when Virgo reversed, it's a lot about just staying to themselves, right? Because it's the Hermit. Pisces is upright, Cancer reversed, Sagittarius is upright, Gemini upright, Leo upright, Aries reversed, Taurus both ways, Aquarius upright, Libra reversed, and Scorpio reversed. And Capricorn wasn't as much represented as the others, but it was positive energy for Capricorn. So getting over suffering and for the union, stress and crying, the wounded warrior is still giving too much, a little guarded still. The King of Wands is fully awake to possibly having a son in the family. May even have reached out to talk or see what they're doing. The Knight of Pentacles moving slowly, but present and waiting. If he's awake, why is he still keeping her waiting? So this is coming up, the energies here coming up about the masculine potentially seeing some positive in bringing new people into the family. Just seeing a new perspective on things. And then the feminine just still wondering, though, if everything's okay and he's awake and all that kind of stuff and working his stuff out, then why does he still want to keep her waiting, which, you know, has always hurt her feelings. So finding peace, the Queen of Swords angel in her truth, prisoner of love, sunshine, and King of Cups, sacred marriage to her, but not only her, but her children too. So the feminine realizing it wasn't just him thinking about her, but everything that he would be taking on, okay? So now, working with crystal and stones, the Queen of Cups light body may be out for repair. The King of Wands reversed is exhausted from losing family and money, potentially. The King of Pentacles stable and balanced at work, playing ball and planning a new life. The King of Cups is not getting along at work due to overindulgences and or third-party situation or addictions that he's been avoiding. The wounded warrior of discussion of the harsh truth of a prison, trap, or rehab, or hospitalization. Okay, the harsh truth of a new love fantasy that actually set him free. Or the King of Cups is just the King of Swords' unconditional love for her masculine, him feeling unworthy due to issues and sins. So soon for the union, after loss, with strong divine feminine calming the beast, allowing him to juggle and get back on his feet, sovereign standing in their truth, no matter what, especially with strong connection to King of Swords, with the domino effect he holds from X's between his legs, fully armored, still letting go of the past, crossing 40 Bridge. It is a lonely and desolate pass. Ruby cut out of his favorite sword, just like the pawn shop in The Red Violin. I don't know if you've seen that before, but you have to see it, because the message here definitely has a lot to do with the Red Violin and how the sorrow goes on. The checkered past of all relationship pain, the blood ingrained and carried for generations, for good and for bad, and spirit connecting, loss, but also what comes from loss is inspiration. Coming into perfect balance has not been an easy process, but now we're here. Union is recovering from injustice, dysfunctional family, and financial hardships, whether in this life or in past lives, or just in your family lineage. All right, forgiving and learning comes up, as well as romantic feelings for the union. Around the union, or how it is seen, is the Empress and abundance, King of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, angels, patient, parents reunited on the other side, potentially, as the Queen of Wands allows her heart to open wide, or the King of Pentacles and Queen of Wands now make peace, not looking at each other, but at least upright and looking in the same direction. Mother Mary and Gabriel had something to do with this. Mother bringing her children together, and angels facilitate communication. Clear blocks about perfect equality, not conflict, like that there will never be conflict in your relationship, only lovemaking, or that sex only comes after fighting. So some of the masculines may have experienced this in their other relationships, or that everything, or the feminine as well, or that everything turns out sour over time because that's only what you've experienced. Individuality came up, which was number 11, which is justice. So justice and being yourself. And then spiritual partnership comes up even more so as 27, which is the Ace of Wands, which keeps coming up every day. Ace of Wands is all about new passion, new creativity, okay? A kind of a spring kick in the pants, right? To get motivated and inspired. End of the pain cycle, end of family legacy cycle. The Knight of Wands flame is free and headed your way for sunshine and unconditional love, commitment to intimacy and sovereignty, healing frustrations and creative blocks in union without talking too much, especially at first. Allow the union. Expressing passionate feelings of dying for a dream, but holding back feelings until he could release enough ego to free himself. Or someone may have also had to wait for their father's passing. Okay, so they may have been taking care of an ill parent. Letting go of structure and stability for love. Emotional and vulnerability, holding their sharp tongue and need for attention. The Empress releasing lack, starting over in love, or letting go of her mother and or those ego attachments. Both masculine and feminine called to actions to come together to wake others now. Okay, and some of the energies that were coming together here were, I saw like 2 sets of emperors and empresses. One emperor was a devil, Capricorn, who's waving, hello. The other an empress angel, who opens arms to love all, which was kind of bringing up that they were 2 different, like this was one of those toxic relationships where it was narcissistic because the masculine's kind of like, it was kind of bringing up the narcissistic owner-slave mentality relationship. Okay, and that was Capricorn and Sagittarius. Yeah. And then another one was the reversed emperor, and the reversed empress was coming up as Scorpio and Aquarius. Just need not to be together. Both may be just out of control right now and not happy. And then I was getting, not the emperor and empress, but just in general the energies, that Sagittarius and Gemini were very balanced right now, so they're maybe coming together. But not Sagittarius with Libra, because Libra was like no. Sagittarius was yes, Libra didn't want to be with them. So this could be karmic, it doesn't have to be the union. Whoever you're dealing with, okay? Also Leo, yes, with Libra, no. Okay, so Leo may want it and Libra doesn't. Father and son were coming up here as well, as a Capricorn father who was good, but a Virgo son who was not good with him. And Pisces, truly happy on their own, was coming up here. I'm going to go right into the masculine read here as well, get them both done in this shot. So for the masculine read, that was done at 1:01 today. There were no court cards for the masculine, so he's total freedom today to manifest on his own, no guidance. There were 5 swords, 3 wands, 1 cup, and 1 pentacles, and that may be why the 5 swords came up, because there's no heavy spiritual guidance coming in to head him in the right direction, telling them where they want him to go. It's all up to him, okay, in his knowing to lead the way. The coding was just about, again, being a good support system of yourself, being the feminine within the masculine, and seeing the I in the synchronicities, the heaven in your eyes, the gratitude of the things around you, and that the wheel of high vibration. Also, 7 nights was coming up to see, the divine masculine within the divine feminine, the love of it. And so 7 nights and 10 days was coming up. So that's February 17th and February 20th. And also, tax-free was coming up in the coding as well. That 7 aid, maybe part-time or with physical therapy and support to see themselves. Again, it was all about seeing yourself in the synchronicities as well. Not only seeing your twin, but seeing you, because you're one. It was very much about the I. And Gloria Day was coming up. The numbers were 7s, 10, 24, 77, 99, 1. The sequence 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 53, 12 also came up for the masculine. So getting into the read for the masculine, the underlying energy was the 8 of Swords. So there's very much, Swords energy for both in the underlying energy, but we're coming out of this, okay? And the Eight of Swords is very much about feeling like you're in a prison, but it's about anxiety issues, okay? Anxiety and losing hope of new passion to complete their world for the masculine and make an offer or receive one from the divine feminine's heart. So maybe not feeling the feminine as much as he used to and missing that. The divine masculine may be juicing and being healthy in the morning and holding on to money and saving more, possibly having anxiety about taking a leap with a loyal friend, to be messenger of truth to help others who are also anxious. Gray boots and ski pants came up before there's no more snow left, a bag and a rose, a stiff upper lip, chin up, sun, and the sun's out. Coming to rescue maiden in prison. Truth may be hard to hear. Again, it's in prison, whether some there have definitely been twins in prison, you know, along the way, or it could just be your own mental prison or just anxiety issues. You know, we all have some of all of that. Unable to find peace spiritually, too burdened. Even though the worst is over for the masculine, cleaning up the yard and replacing genes, possibly new family or gene therapy or hair replacement or a cure for hair replacement was coming up here, or just an insecurity, which is quite normal for the masculines, any masculine. But that's their own insecurity, okay? But this could be the one comes up, and underneath that was release your ex for the masculine again, which has been coming up a lot. And then a really loud plane when it was, you know, just overhead. It was so close, I was very surprised. Helicopter, yeah, I get it, because they're close overhead all the time these days. But a plane was really close. And I'm not close to an airport, so. I'm very distressed about flame, masculine. The masculine may be very distressed about their flame openly, about what to do by the full moon before she finds someone else. Someone may be thinking that. Getting wish with an offer of love, but will she forgive him? Does she even know about his nightmare? Story at 11. Rebirth comes up as underlying energy as well. The Queen of Pentacles can't look in the mirror, focusing on her butt and always in the dark. Will she be bathing when he shows up, or someone spying and trying to catch a glimpse, or to see if someone else is at her house? So definitely masculines may be trying to find out after all this time, is she still available? And then relationship change comes up is really significant. So rebirth and relationship change. The union is out in the open, okay? Dragonflies and flowers. Also a family celebration for the Knight of Pentacles to gain attention and turn his fortune around, or her fortune around, or putting house on the market, or looking for new home, or found one, okay? Or neighbors being nosy about what's going on with the family. So this is all for the divine masculine. Different nationalities came up here as well, together for a big convention, or just moving forward, a new job offer, or building a new career from home. And then stuff started coming in. So Jack in the Box came up, Red Sun, Kermit the Frog, and Chinese torture tests, Nuns and the Amish, Mary Poppins, Big Steam Engine, Titanic, Gigantic. And then I got Chugga Chugga Choo Choo. I don't know, I was hearing that over and over again. Inner workings of the solar system and astrology, sun gods and sun worshippers, and Jupiter rising. Jupiter's in Sagittarius, and its giant red spot. And that was from universetoday.com. And a moon of Jupiter that's of focus, because I guess Jupiter has multiple moons. I don't know how many, but that was coming up as a moon around it of focus. But Jupiter was definitely coming up here, and it's rising in Sagittarius. Rabbit ears and ladybugs, Chinese silk stained in the grass, or using grass, maybe someone's using grass to make a dye. Emerald City and Yellow Brick Road, actually gold. Dark shadows in the ceiling of followers of leaders from long ago, getting back at the leader for wrongdoing. Destiny turns. It requires a lot of fuel to burn. Recently, for the masculine, the King of Wands shaman is up at sunrise in silence to hear the Queen of Swords talk of happiness while imprisoned, as fortune turns. The worst is over, anxious for the truth, that the nightmare is over, there is rebirth. This could be the one. Everything changes, including relationship. The foundation for the masculine and spirits connecting is conflict, expansion, trouble focusing on work with others around you trying to take you down for nothing. and balanced manifestation and aggression. So some of the, not just the masculine twins, but the feminines maybe experience some of that as well. Others just trying to take you down for no reason, no matter what the reason is, okay? It's just competition or jealousy issues, anything like that. Or spreading rumors, any of that kind of thing might come up for you. It's just to let it go, stay neutral. You know the universe has your back, okay? So just let all that stuff go. Centrally, news or a small message or child with truth, the Emperor needs courage to look back, or to go back to talk and flirt. The challenge being the steps to take, recovering practically for a new life, creating union with Queen of Cups waking him up, or vice versa, protecting self from conflict he may have manifested himself. Now, with 5D messages and fighting over, dying to get on with it, injustice or an announcement, or needing an opportunity, or ungrounded children being bad or disobedient, and notice that word, will now change. Rejection now receives a new perspective from children, because they're learning from what the twins are learning, okay? So they're learning from you. The hermit sheds light on the 5D, and the messenger of truth, focusing on their butt, someone won't wake up. A surprise at night, at the Queen of Cups home, rebirth or transformation, now wanting Queen of Wands home, rebirth or transformation, now wanting to feel, or someone else wants to protect her from dark karmic who likes to fight and make magic. Okay, so this was definitely coming in where somebody's masculine wants to come in, where the feminine was, you know, always focusing on being sovereign, now wants to feel protected by her masculine, and now the masculine is wanting to come in and protect their feminine. So that there's a karmic or multiple karmics who may like to fight and or make magic at ceremonies with friends and or family, that the masculine in some cases may have been a participant, or some may have never known about it. Or she thinks he's been cheating because of a secret 5D love, ending family and causing chaos. Soon for the masculine, end of pain and betrayal, emotionally detached or overly emotional and drained or sick of deliberating, an offer of love from the Empress. He is proposing, the masculine, this is the way he's seeing himself, is the Knight of Pentacles, which in the Seer and Starseed deck is someone actually proposing with a crystal. So he is proposing, suddenly exhausted or suddenly frustrated, and must have his lover. So flirt comes up here. A lot of romance angel cards came out here. Flirt, true love, that this is a romance of a lifetime. Honeymoon, taking time away. Finances and career are affecting your love life. But then separately also came up unrequited love. And free yourself, okay? So for the masculine, again, it was release your ex and free yourself from unrequited love. Around him is new passion. The Queen of Wands may have lost power, money, and independence, and may be unhappy and drained financially while pretending that everything is fine, still repeating patterns to get what she wants, or tired of being alone, so juggling or going back to work. The masculine needs to clear blocks of finding peace, thinking that you'll never find peace in your life, or a downturn at work, and needing to clear negative self-talk as well. Okay, don't assume that just because you haven't experienced it before that that's what's going to happen again. The King of Swords is not in his truth, or it's saying in the area of what to clear. If the King of Swords is not in his truth, you're blocking yourself. So you're going to receive lack of inspiration and no transformation. Love comes up as very significant, and then also teaching and learning for the masculine. About karmic control over him, running over him roughshod, or sovereign or a grown child in your life, conflicted about secret love and death in family, moving and or traveling. So there may be kids who feel conflicted about what their parents are deciding to do. Injustice, or it could be the other way around too, where a grown kid who could still be a teen deciding to go do something on their own, and the parents may be conflicted about that. Injustice of purging, stress, crying, and no opportunities when you're sad and crying. The wounded warrior, their truth is out of spiritual awakening, of rebirth, teaching and learning about love. Dysfunctional family and money jealousies, power loss, or over loss, standing his ground, reaping what little is left from the devil, no option but to hold his tongue, grin and bear it, feeling a failure and possibly in need of attention, but holding on loosely, so overwhelmed Queen of Pentacles reversed, and he can come together. Okay, so some very beautiful energies here. Anxiety, prison, conflict, fighting, proposal of new passion, the King of Wands shaman with message of news or steps to take to end pain and find peace, in 5D messages and sovereignty of the wounded warrior or sovereign wounded warrior coming together, or him and sovereign coming together at last in a rebirth. The Divine Feminine's heart calms the anxiety of the King of Wands shaman, conflicted of news from 5D messages and synchronicities, proposing to end pain and be sovereign, new passion to find peace with his sovereign and wounded warrior in truth and their combined third energies. Okay, so that was for both, and yeah, I'm only gonna pick a Romance Angel card today, being that it's Sunday. I want to take a break. All right, so take a deep breath. Clear and away. Okay, so for February 10th, 2019 today, for everyone watching and the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know today? What is it that we need to learn? Well, that was easy. Okay, the bottom of the deck is Fire and Ice, and that's 37, which is the King of Cups. Okay, so unconditional love. And the card that came out was Seed of the Heart. Again, I told you 25 came up in the coding. That's what the numbers added up to today. As well as the Knight of Wands, which came up in the read as well. Seed of the Heart. So I'm going to read that to you. These two guys kind of came out too. I'm not going to read them today, but I will show them to you. Soft is 47. 47 is the Seven of Cups, which came up a lot in the reads today about heaven in their eyes and seeing synchronicities and knowing the steps to take. Okay, and then Towering Magnificence came up, which is 30, which is the Four of Wands, the union energy. Okay, and Towering Magnificence, to see what you've built for yourself. And then I'm going to read Seed of the Heart, which is 25. All right. Which is very calm and soothing. It's very greens and blues and soft and swirly. Seed of the Heart. Within each one of us, a divine seed of love, waiting to blossom into fullness. We don't always know what type of blossom we shall be. However, and sometimes if we try to figure it out in advance, the blossoming itself can cause us anxiety, pain, or fear, because it's taking us in an unknown, unexpected direction. We may even fear that the direction we're headed in is away from our life's path and purpose, and as if that were even possible. The seed in the heart arises as guidance when we are unfolding in a new manifestation of the divine light within. It comes as encouragement to trust, to surrender, to allow, and to be as open, unthinking, and ready for the unexpected as possible. A plant just needs the right conditions to grow healthy. And if you have ever seen a blade of grass pushing up through the crack in the pavement, then you'll know that when something is meant to grow to the light, it will. It'll do so, even against the most apparently insurmountable odds. This oracle brings you guidance. The right conditions are being brought to you, the most perfect support for your own divine blossoming. Trust. Know that the seed in your heart knows how to grow, and life supports it. It is also a sign that something in your relationships is sprouting, a new energy. Don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now, as your life energy supports it. The poem reads, when sky can imagine the dark awake. In awe, light pervades, and bears the vast tranquil mystery, softly caressing the blue bold birth. Okay? So there's definitely rebirthing happening here. And don't forget, we're going into the rebirth that happens every year of spring, and how it's bringing to your awareness to be present to that it's part of the natural cycle to blossom in the spring. That's when you get your inspiration from. So it's time, if you're just expanding a business or starting a business or starting a new relationship, whatever it is, spring is always that perfect time to get you going. So it's saying that you're being supported now in those endeavors, and then just allow it. Don't think too much. Just allow your inspiration to guide you and follow your synchronicities, okay? So I'm going to show you the picks quick for both reads. All right, so this is for the first one, the union read. Okay, that's the union. This is the complete union read. And then for the masculine read, and then we have the full masculine read. Okay. So, take it easy today. It's Sunday. Enjoy the sun if you have some where you are. Just be grateful for everything that is positive and beautiful around you, especially your children. Okay? Get plenty of rest. Drink your water. Rise and be loved. Bye, guys. Hi, this card just popped up for you guys, so I just wanted to leave you with this energy. Rise and be loved.